that is via StreamYard. Let me quickly say hello to the ambassador. Welcome to CCFM. Hello, ambassador.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm the deputy ambassador, actually.
Deputy.
Although we
Oh,
don't have
deputy
that at the
ambassador.
moment, he should arrive soon. So I'm the Sharjah, but I'm the deputy. But thank you so much
But
for
I
having
spoke.
me today.
No, always good to connect with you. I know I spoke to you the last time as well, and we were talking about the fantastic initiative that you guys are involved with. So let's go and get further into that. Let's find out more about you just a little bit before we get into all of the work that you are doing here in South Africa.
So I'm the current deputy ambassador at the Embassy of Israel in South Africa. And I've been here for the past 2 years with two children in between, giving birth to two children in between. So it's been quite hectic, as you can imagine. But during the time I've been here, I was able to get to know wonderful people here in South Africa and be engaged with the embassy in numerous projects across South Africa. And we continue to do it on a daily basis here at the embassy.
And of course, this month it's Women's Month. Excuse me for that. Women's Month in South Africa, and let's talk about the work that you do, and especially here in the Western Cape. Let's get into that.
Okay, great. Yes, I was actually just recently was last week. I visited the Western Cape because during our work, many people tend to think that because we are located in Pretoria, most of our work is done in Gauteng, which is not accurate because we're trying to travel around South Africa, find the needs of the different communities, and the Western Cape is one of our main focuses as an embassy. So during my visit, we've done wonderful things, met people that doing different cooperations with them. I can just get into two projects.
Yeah,
One of them, actually,
yeah.
we already spoke, but it's still going on. It's a project we've been doing with a local organization, Fight South Africa, and with the amazing Paul Merchant. And what they do, what we do together, is fight gender-based violence. I know it's an acute problem, not only in South Africa, and now, especially during COVID, with the COVID challenges, it's been even more acute. So what we do, we provide self-defense workshops for women and youth across South Africa.
I remember that the last time you spoke about
Yeah.
that, the South. I remember it still well.
And we're still doing
Yeah.
that. So last time we've done that in the Western Cape. Now we're planning to expand to other provinces. Actually, now during my last visit to Cape Town, Nicole and I spoke about a strategic plan, and I also joined one of their Krav Maga classes at True Krav. They're doing wonderful work, and I almost broke my toe. So I have to tell you, but I did, but I almost. And that's crazy. What they
Yeah.
do there is so intense, and the trainers are amazing. And they have to be. They have to be provided with the best skills so they can pass it forward to the women and the youth that have no other means in many cases to protect themselves when they are standing in a difficult situation. It can be in the middle of the night, and it can be even during the middle of the day in places where they live, which are more dangerous. We also provided budget for the opening of a safe house at Lavender Hill, also together with Fight South Africa, because we know
Yeah.
how important it
Yeah.
is for the community there. So now we're
I know that you. Yeah, I know that you were quite passionate about working with Fight Back South Africa the last time we spoke, and I want to pose this question to you again. How important is it that we look after our women, especially where their safety is concerned? I know that you are pouring funds into that and also being part of that project, but why is it so important to you and to the embassy?
where women are a major component in each society. And apart from the obvious that they need to feel safe and secure, it is important for us as an embassy, as a state of Israel, to see women get into high levels in different places in society, in economy, in the government, in any place. Because I sincerely feel that where there's women, more things happen. And we're looking forward to see more women leaders. And I think the first thing is for a woman to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel confident of herself, and to find a role, her place in society.
Yeah. And I know that you're big on empowerment and hence talking about the South Defense classes, but there's other things,
Yes.
of course, that you've been investing in. Tell us more about that.
Yes, a lot of things. One more thing that I can mention that was also just done recently when I came to the Western Cape was a donation we handed over to the Cape Winelands of emergency medical aid. This medical aid actually the products came from an Israeli company, so it's innovation made by Israeli funded, and we were able to donate that to the Breed Valley Association for people with disabilities, for them to use the products on the ground. I know it will better the lives of so many citizens. Actually, once we had the idea for this donation, I approached the Western Cape. I want this donation to go to the Western Cape. I knew that I wanted to help the people there. And together with the Minister of the Western Cape Agriculture, Dr. Ivy Mayer, we were able to find the exact place where they could use this donation more than anyone. It was the Breed Valley Association for Persons with Disabilities in the Cape Wineland. So for us, it was a great moment.
I want to talk again. I think you alluded earlier about that safe center that you guys are also involved in. Tell us more about that. I think it's important that people know about that particular project as well.
Well, I think it's just one place among many. I'm talking about Lavender Hill, one neighborhood among many neighborhoods in which it's not safe to live, to say the least. And especially for women there, they need to have some sort of a system and a place to go to when they feel they need protection and they want to feel a bit more secure, and that's the place for them. So basically, it's a safe place in an unsafe area. And it's not only for the women of the area, it's also been a place for permanent Krav Maga workshops in South Africa. So actually, before we facilitated this place, they needed to find each time they need to find a different place for their Krav Maga workshop. And now they have a permit to which they can go and they can train. So it can help many more women.
It's amazing to hear the other aspects of what embassies are all about in South Africa. Sometimes we just think, oh, there's an embassy for every country and all of that. But it's amazing how you are involved in the local communities of the Western Cape and in Pretoria and elsewhere. Is that important to the Embassy of Israel as well?
Yes, of course. I think it's one of the most important things. And like you said, people tend to think that embassies are only governmental level, which is partially true. But the other part is the communities, the people on the grounds. And our goal is to better the lives of the people in the country we stay in here in South Africa. And we try to do it by using Israeli innovative technology, by bringing experts. They can use their skills. And we mostly want to do is, like in the case of Fight Back South Africa, we're looking at cooperation. So we don't come and say, let's just teach you. We want to work together because we want a sustainability for each and every project. And we locate the needs, we learn what are the local, and then we try to think of projects that can be realized.
I really like that approach. It's a great one to have, to become part of the community and learning the needs, and then also then speaking and then investing into that. What is on your heart at this moment in terms of what you want to say to our listeners before we go?
I want to say that first, I want to thank to all of our partners across South Africa, all of them who support Israel. We are working for you and with you. We'll continue to work to do what we do on a daily basis to try and improve the lives of South Africans. And we really embrace every every request, every suggestion that we get to a project that can be vital to people. So if there's an organization or a company that thinks there's a place for cooperation with the Embassy of Israel, I urge you to send us an email or get in touch, and let's see how we can work together.
And just lastly, just it's Women's Month, so it will be remiss of me not to ask you to do this. Maybe you want to have a word of encouragement to all our listeners, especially the female listeners to the show right now. What would you want to say to them as a word of encouragement?
I want them to know that each and every one of us, we have our own story. I can share that I also came across different challenges um, during my life. But it's important to stay confident and believe in yourself and have a supportive environment and have a vision to yourself. If there's a woman here facing challenging and unsecure situation, there are solutions, there's a place for her. And she needs to know there's other women who can help her. So don't feel that everything is lost. Be encouraged. And I really wish best of luck to all women, and not only women, everyone who's listening today.
I've only got one thing to say to you. It's probably the one phrase I know in Hebrew: Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. Blessed is He who comes in the name of the Lord. So I want to bless you. Thank you for the work that you do. Bless the nation of Israel. Bless you,
Can I answer
and
in Hebrew?
that's where I'm leaving. You can go for it.
So I'll say תודה רבה. בסוף שבוע נעים.
I gotta learn that. You gotta teach me what was that.
I just wished a wonderful weekend to all the listeners and say thank you very much.
I'm gonna go brush up on my Hebrew studies, but bless you. Thank you for what you're doing in South Africa. Till next time, God bless you.
Thank you so much, you too.
Bye bye. So that was the deputy ambassador to South Israeli ambassador to South Africa. I'm gonna quickly go to break with that. When I come back, it's time for your song request as I'll play that out. Just